Alrighty, everyone. Hello and welcome back to an AussieDevFro YouTube special. I haven't done a YouTube only video in quite some time, but I found a game that is going to bring me back to some solo content, one without chat, one without, distraction, hopefully. This is Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors, which is done by the awesome Bcom Studios. Hopefully I said that one correctly. They reached out, said, hey, we got this really cool game that's in early access, and it's gonna, release to full release soon. Did you want to check the full release out before launch? And I was like, hey, you've brought together TTRPG sort of themes and survivor roguelite elements. These are two things that I love. A lot of you guys know that on Twitch I actually do a lot of TTRPG content across a few channels. But what a lot of you might not know is in my own time, I actually live and breathe these survivor sort of bullet hell style games. I was there with Vampire Survivors when it came out. I've maxed that out on mobile and on PC and on Xbox. I've got a whole bunch of them hiding away in my Steam library that I thought, hey, no one really wants to watch this sort of stuff. But then I thought, hey, this is like the perfect opportunity to bring a subgenre that I actually really like, which a lot of people consider mindless, and I would agree on that. It can be a little bit mindless at times. But I just find the ease of getting into a game, building a build, and then having a bit of meta progression all within about an hour, really, really tantalizing. I quite enjoy that sort of style of repeated gameplay. So, yeah, I was like, all right, let's go. So again, thank you, Bcom Studios, for providing a key to Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors. I apologize if I sound a little bit more nasally than usual. I have just gotten over being fairly under the weather, so if you do hear me cough or anything like that, again, I do apologize. But yeah, without any further delaying, I'll get into the game and we'll show some stuff off. Straight off the bat, you can see continue here rather than new game. I have played a round behind the scenes so that I have an understanding of what the game's about, because these games tend to throw everything at you very quickly. And the idea is that you want to learn. And rather than me spending an entire video going, oh, what's this? I kind of have an idea. So, I can actually explain what's going on within this game to you guys. So, essentially, you have 3 party members, and you'll take 2 of them with you on any one run. You'll have your main character. So you can either pick your fighter, you can pick your rogue, or you can pick your wizard. And I've named mine Dusk Goose, Arthur, and Gerald appropriately. And then, depending on which one you pick, you then essentially choose your companion. So I could, in the run that I did earlier, I went in as Dusk Goose, and Arthur was my traveling companion. And while they level in a similar way in terms of what they get, they level differently in how they level in the game, and we'll get to that later. So there's a whole bunch of other things, right? Obviously, you've got some meta quests, right? So you can level up your characters. They gain talent points and all sort of jazz. You got gold to use for other things later. I'll get to all this after we complete a run. There's potions, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you can like upgrade your potions. You can even learn new potions, stuff like that. There's stats. Obviously, we love stats. I did say I was going to go over this later, but it looks like I'm going over it now. But then there's card collection. Which let me find one. Here we go, card collection. And you use gold to unlock these after you find them, and they give you tiny little passive benefits as well. Like this hide armor gives me 0.17 bonus armor, which is really, really cool. I quite like that. And you can even find monster cards that give extra damage to certain monster types. Very, very cool as well. And then you can find unique dice. I've got this cool end game dice. I wasn't successful with my first run, so I'm not sure why I got an end game dice, but that's fine. And then I mentioned the characters earlier. So you've got your stat points. You can distribute your stat points as they level up. You've got talent trees. I haven't quite completely worked out how the talent tree works yet. I'm kind of relying on maybe doing a few more runs to figure that out. But for the most part, everything here has been pretty self-explanatory and really, really good. The game's introduced the meta mechanics comfortably, so that's not too bad. But again, being a survivor game, once you get into it, it can get a little hairy very quickly. So this round, I'm going to go in as Gerald, the wizard. And I'm going to take Arthur as my companion. And we're going to get in there. So you got several difficulties, you got several chapters. I'm an adventurer crypt because I did not beat it the first time. Right. Oh, there's actually lore here. I didn't get this lore the first time, so this is kind of handy. Heroes in Last Wall. You and your companions are an adventuring party in Golarion. Your battles take you across central Aviston, where you gather lost relics and defeat the agents of Tar-Baphon, wherever they appear. You make your way to Vigil, the mighty fortress town which guards the southern realms of the Last Wall from Tar-Baphon's forces of undeath, which reside in the Gravelands to the north. Here, the Knights of Ozem, the righteous defenders of Vigil, guard the last of the 3 wards sealing Tar-Baphon within the fortress of Gallowspire. You have travelled here after receiving an urgent plea for aid from the highest authority in all of Last Wall, Watcher Lord Ulthen II. Dear friends, I am in need of your assistance for a task of supreme importance to the realm. Please, ride for Last Wall with utmost haste. Alright. So there you go. I didn't actually get that lore last time, so that's handy. So, here we are in game. And immediately you go, oh heck, there's a lot of UI. There really isn't. And nicely, the game actually is paused to start with, so I can kind of go through it really quickly. So, time survived doesn't really matter too much. We don't really worry about the time at this point. You got your XP bar. This up here on the top right hand corner is actually our main focus right now, the enemy slaying goal. Each level has an enemy target, so that's what you're trying to survive to. So the time doesn't really matter, it's what's up here. You got your quest log here, which is quite nice. Stay immobile for 240 seconds. That could be really tricky actually. Then down on the bottom left, we've got our main character's stats. So you got a health, you got a dodge roll, you got an uber ability, you can store potions, we'll find potions later. And then on the right hand side, you've got your companion character stats. So your companion character can die, as I discovered in my first round. So a few other things to note as we get going here is we level up by choosing these cards, right? So the wizard is obviously going to gain a lot of elemental effects and stuff like that. Now, I played the warrior last time, so I got a lot of physical attacks. You know what? I love lightning. Lightning's a great thing. A bolt of lightning strikes down from a stormy cloud to strike enemies beneath. I love that. We're gonna take lightning bolt because that seems fun. Now, Arthur. Oh, an epic to start the round. That's actually really good. Now, Arthur doesn't normally level with your main character. This is the only time he gets a main character. He gets a level with the main character. He has to gain his equipment from elsewhere. So I've actually Arthur, because he was my companion in the first round that I did, he's got a talent for projectiles. I know that for a fact. So we're going to grab the crossbow to start with. And here we go. So right now, we've got a few things we can go towards. So we've got our enemies. Oh, there's our lightning bolt. And there's Arthur's crossbow there. We collect our XP orbs. So if you've played any of these sorts of survivor-style games, you pretty much know what you're getting into. Only this time, we have to kind of look out for the second companion character as well. So we just leveled up. Now, note, we leveled up. Our companion didn't level up. So we're gonna go level him up now, or in a second. Chain lightning, just give me more lightning. I love that. So this indicator over on the left-hand side of the screen here, this XP indicator, that is an indicator for companion XP. So we need to actually head towards this to be able to get Arthur, our rogue, some experience points. So we're just gonna nip on over. Here it is. And we've got to stand in this circle for as long as possible. And that's going to give Arthur some experience. Now, his tend to be a little bit more rare, his cards. Just as a... because you get less level ups on your companion character, but that's okay. Again, we're going to look for projectiles. So we've got the Chakram, which throws a spinning circular blade that bounces between enemy units. Or you get the Flail. In fact, they're all projectiles, so that's actually really good. Spiked balls spin around the character for a short duration. Or a dagger fires a projectile in the direction of the nearest enemy. I love nearest enemy target stuff. Let's grab that dagger. All right. Now, Gerald, our wizard, leveled up naturally as we were there. So let me, now that we've leveled up a few times, let me explain how these things level up. So on the left-hand side here, we have our attacks, we have our passives. This is where they all slot. And you can see underneath there's a percentage. Once this percentage hits 100% or above, you cannot level this anymore. So there's a bit of a hidden sort of mechanic here where you want to gain as many upgrades as possible, but you also want to get as close to 100 as possible and then wait for a legendary drop, because the legendary drop adds 20% effectiveness to your ability. So if you can get to like 90 something percent, then get that legendary drop, you're sitting at 110% on your upgrade for your attacks, which is massive, which is just huge. I'm going to grab Sudden Bolt again because I want to see if I can get any more electrical or thunder abilities. So, this is another thing we can find, these statues. These statues are the cards. So here you go. So we found a card. I don't know what it's going to do, but we'll have to find out after we win or lose this run. So we're just going to keep moving. We can leave the XP on the ground. That's not a big deal because there are potions that will attract XP to us. So we just gotta find them. That's all. It's a blue potion, I believe. All right. Look, there's another card over here, which is really nice. Ah, there you go. So I'm getting this tutorial tip again. I'm not sure why, but your companion won't level up from collecting essence. Find the map markers and follow the XP golden markers. Yes, we as I've already explained that one. Thank you, game. But you know what? Extra reminders on the tutorial is useful. Got some nice leather armor there. Very nice. Gerald leveling up again. Looks like we're not getting many more other electrical abilities just yet. We do have a passive though. Freeze time. Increase the duration of freeze time. Now, freeze time is Gerald's, or the wizard's, super ability. So if I press the R key, there, it just freezes time. So it allows us to get out of jail free if we need to. If we're in a spot of bother, we can use that to get out of there if we need to. Armor is also very, very useful. I don't mind a bit of armor. Keeps us alive. You can get passives for your companion character too, which is very handy. Oh, and here's the first little mini boss. So we're gonna try and like hang around the mini boss, make sure we get some damage because that chain lightning should always hit him. But you got to be careful with the boss because this is where we get into trouble. Now there's a treasure chest here. Treasure chests are really good loot if we can swing it. I think we did. I think we just got there. These are all duds. I'm going to re-roll. I actually re-rolled before, so let's see what we get. It re-rolls. Oh, wow. It actually re-rolls the rarity as well. That is very cool. I did not think of that. I did not think it would do that. All right, let's get better chain lightning. So here is a chest. So the chest gets you to roll a dice, and then depending on how much you roll, is how many items you get out of the chest, which is fun. You know, nice little dice roll mechanic. It's TTRPG. It makes sense. So again, we're not really playing, you know, a heavy TTRPG sort of by the mechanical sort of minds, mechanical sort of side of things. It's more of the thematics of a TTRPG, of Pathfinder are here. And that's actually really, really fun. I quite like that. So anyway, our wizard got an upgrade to pretty much everything we had, and so did our rogue. The rogue actually got 2 in crossbow, which is really handy. Anyway, we're also dying because we've gotten surrounded, so I'm going to use my potions. I'm going to dodge out, use our potions, and then I'm going to quickly grab this as well. Excellent. Oh, here we go. So, this passive here is actually the passive that I unlocked on the rogue's talent tree. So I was wondering, this is what I said I was a little unsure of. I needed to know whether this was something that appeared or whether it was a constant effect. So there you go. Your ray and projectile attacks deal more damage per enemy they pierce through. So not only did they gain the piercing from the talent tree, but they also gained the... Well, we gained the ability to select a secondary passive there, which is... Anyway. Alright, what else are we going to get here? I mean, we might have to consider getting more armor. I'm going to try and reroll for a better rarity. We did get a better rarity. Wait, is that magic missile? Force barrage. Fires multiple projectiles of pure magic towards the nearest enemy. I love that. Also, we unlocked a card at the exact same time, so that's pretty cool. Again, we are dying, so we are gonna get out of here. Did it just say that I'm a cannibal? Excuse me, game? Okay. Right. Let's get more XP. And I want this chest. Oh, I got the chest, but I think my rogue is dead. Yes. All right. So my rogue is dead. That is unfortunate. We can resurrect him. We just got to get over to him. So now we've lost all of the abilities. Oh, there's the blue potion. Remember what I said about getting all the XP? There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Oh, lightning bolt. It's a new attack. Shoots a line of electricity. There were more lightning attacks. Let's go. I love this. Okay. Maybe we will get some HP recovery. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, let's just level up a few things. Let's level up chain lightning. There we go. So we gained 3 levels there. Oh my gosh, there's that line of lightning. Now, remember we don't have to beat the boss to progress. We just need to beat a certain amount of enemies. There we go. That was good. All right, I'm gonna try and. Because when we reroll, we seem to get a better rarity. All right, let's get chain lightning is very useful. Oh, we got some dragon breath. More chain lightning. Oh, get out of that. All right, so we can get another upgrade for our rogue if we go north. You can see we're now starting to really tear through. Wait, where'd the boss go? Did we beat the boss? I might have beaten the boss. Interesting. Alright, again, we're gonna keep focusing on our light. We did beat the boss. Look at that. There's the boss chest right there. Alright, gonna re-roll this. I don't really want baseline. There we go. Treasure chests are handy, but they'll be less handy as we go forward. I think damage is just what we're looking for. We just want more damage. Now, the reason treasure chests are so good is that they level both of us. So even though we only got 1 item plus gold, they do level both of us. See? But we do need to earn some more attacks for our rogue. So I'm going to come over down here to this XP marker. Now, if there's anyone out there who hasn't played too many of these games, and you might be thinking, wow, there's a lot happening on screen. The good news is, even though there's a lot happening on screen, I'm actually doing very little. I'm just positioning these characters. Just doing my best to swing ourselves through the massive amount of enemies that are around us. I love finding the purple potions. Very handy. Whoa. Let's go. Chain lightning is our one to go for. See how it's at 70%? So that'll bring it to 84%. We're getting very close to that 100% on chain lightning. And it's, as you can see, it is annihilating enemies. It is Destroying them. There we go. Enemy slain. We actually finished the map. Okay. So, we managed to get 800 enemies slain. We can really quickly grab these few things that have appeared. We've only got 20 seconds, but that's okay. And that's essentially a level. Now, there's still a fair number of levels to go. Let's get the rogue another move. Let's get him the Chakaram. We need to get him a few more attacks. And then we've got a chest. We should be able to get this chest. Oh, that's another Arthur level. I mean, we'll grab that instead. That's handy. And you know what? We might give him the rapier. Because... Or the bow. I kind of want to give him the rapier. Because it's a piercing ray. Which is also upgraded by the enchanted shots passive. So we'll grab that. Now I really want this chest. 10 seconds. I don't know where the chest is. It might be a little far away. Yeah, it's a little far away. Bugger. Oh, we're so close. No! That's all right. That's fine. Our quest begins. Looming shadows and the muffled cries of forsaken souls seem to swirl and dance around you as your senses adjust to the unnatural darkness of Gallowspire. Together, you and your companions have agreed to undertake this task of world-changing importance, wagering your very souls to see it done. To battle into Gallowspire and seal away Tar-Baphon within his own lair. In your left hand, you clutch the strange medallion given to you by Watcher Lord of Lastwall. It is your only hope of standing a chance against the ancient lich. All around you, the corpses and bones of the condemned begin to shamble to life. It would seem as if your presence here is already known. More lore that I did not get on my first playthrough. I just got tutorials. So, you might be thinking, hey, that was actually pretty easy, Aussie. Like, you kind of ripped through that. And yeah, I did. But this level 2 is where it picks up pace. So, you might have just quickly, cheekily seen these flying enemies. These flying enemies have quite a nice little projectile attack, which is very frustrating. Very, very frustrating, especially if you're trying to gain like one of those items on the ground. It can be very tricky. Right, I think we should fill out the passive slots. Let's grab some armor for Arthur. There's another upgrade for Arthur over here. We'll take it. More chests are good. And we have 4 slots for passives. So let's grab more chests. Why not? Why the heck not? Speaking of, there's one right here. Now we can get these chests because we have no real boss on us right now. It's a rare chest. We want a big roll. 15's pretty good. 15's pretty good. Chain Lightning might be maxed out now. We'll find out in a second when we level up. Chain Lightning's at 90. Oh, here we go. Right. So, this is exactly what I was talking about, everybody. Chain Lightning is at 94.7% upgrade. Legendaries give you a 20% bonus. So if I add Chain Lightning, the legendary, onto this, we're going to have 114.7%. Which, if I pause the game, as you can see here, sets it as legendary status. How good is that? So that's kind of the goal right there. Now, we lucked out in that I had no idea I was that close. But if you can nail it, I think that's a way to sort of really eke a little bit more power out of your build, which is pretty cool. Alright, so we get another card here. A dragon, let's go. I think we're doing alright, honestly. We're not tanking too much damage. I'm pretty happy with this. What shall we work on next? Sudden Bolt. I think we should work on Sudden Bolt next. Start getting it close to 100%. Now, I should probably say, you know, these games, not great if you have trouble tracking a lot of things on the screen. Oh! For Arthur, for our rogue. Okay, hang on. What do we want here? Let's upgrade the dagger. That's just a handy one to upgrade nicely. Okay, taking a few hits. Let's grab these potions. There's another chest up here. But yeah, it's... These sorts of games are a little bit easier if you can sort of keep track of a lot of the moving elements on screen, definitely. But they're surprisingly forgiving because of the meta progression. You might be terrible at these games and might not actually make it through many runs or make it far into any run. But with the meta progression, okay, I do like the movement speed. I might just pick that up because I can. You actually are always making progress. Even when you fail, you're making progress. I will say, in terms of progression, like between the warrior build I had and this mage build, I think I've definitely understood the game better on this mage build. Will understanding the assignment actually mean I get a better grade at the end? We'll have to wait and see. Or am I just trying too hard? All right, well, that was a bit of a dud chest, but we'll take it. Something I thought that isn't great about acquiring chests is that you can't really control how your abilities are going to level. Oh, here we go. This will be a good test because I didn't beat this boss in my last play, in my last run. I did not beat this boss. Oh, I love how all the electrical effects went off. That was really handy. Also, we're dying. Okay, we are dying. We are dying. This is not good. Okay, Arthur, careful. Rogue's in danger. Rogue's in danger. Rogue's in danger. And like that, we're done. Just like that, we're done. Oh my gosh. And see, that's what I mean, right? You can be blitzing it through the level. And then we just ran into a bit of trouble. It was that quick. But we still did pretty good. We got enough gold to unlock one card because the cards tend to cost about 1,000. And I reckon our wizard would have gained some XP. Yeah, chain lightning. That chain lightning, look at the damage. 171,000 versus 31 for sudden bolt. And we got sudden bolt first. Oh, so good. And Arthur did pretty well in his crossbow. I think the warrior has more health, which I think is why I did a bit better. But now I can show you all the meta progression stuff. So this is kind of cool. So we can go into our quests here. We unfortunately did not complete any of our quests, but that's okay. That's totally fine. It's all good. I swear I beat a boss. When it says 6 bosses, it must mean like actual bosses. That one's going to take a while to get to. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe I should re-roll it. Whatever, it's okay. All right, let's go to our characters. So, as you can see, if we go into the stats. So, Gerald got some XP. He didn't get a lot of XP, but he got some. So, we'll take it. I think he got more talent points. Yeah, he got 2 talent points and 1 stat point. Now, your stats do all different things. But I think the important thing is you want intelligence for the wizard because it increases the potency of spells. And it directly affects the potency of certain wizard abilities like Force Mastery, which is important here. Also increases loot range, so we actually gain our potions and XP from a further distance away. I also love Wisdom because Wisdom increases base cooldowns, and Charisma is pretty cool in that it increases like AoEs, which is nice. And you are capped. At class level 1, which we are, we're capped at +7. So we can't go beyond 7 on any one stat. So you can't just power level 1 stat, which I think is kind of handy. I will just grab a flat intelligence boost for now. Just more damage means pretty good. In the talents, though, you already... I took a little sneaky peek at this, right? Okay. And I'm just like, straight off the bat, Electricity Mastery. Your electricity spells have their cooldown reduced by 1.5% per enemy hit. So that's the passive we get, and then it even unlocks something in-game as well. We're going to definitely grab that because that's going to be really cool. And then if I look around, right, seems like adventure experience point requirement for level up is reduced by 5. That might be a handy one to have, having the wizard level up faster. I feel like that might be kind of cool. You can gain a passive shield, that's really handy. Whenever you attack with a spell, you have a 15% chance to attack with another one of your spells immediately for 50% of its damage and without incurring its cooldown. Oh, that just seems fun. That just seems super fun. And again, spell combination is something to find in game. Nice. And then finally, so you've got your passives here. And then the other thing is you can go into the summary and you can see, loot range has gone up, you can see all that sort of stuff there. Now, the collections. So if we go into our items, we found a few cards. So we can look here. This is the formula book. Potions last 0.1 second longer. All right, so that's one of the cards we found. There we go. We also gain the shield. Increases block value by 1.75%, which could be interesting. I think we also got, yes, we did. There you go. Light protection. Increases, just gives us bonus armor. We'll grab that because we've combined that with the hide armor over here. So we've actually got 0.34 more armor on our characters now. I think if we, yeah, here we go. Oh, it's actually different types of protection. There you go. Light protection, medium protection. I didn't think they were, oh, there you go. I didn't actually know that. Yeah, so you can see all the cumulative sort of bonuses I've got thanks to all my item cards. And we'll go into monsters. We also found, yeah, here we go, dragon. Damage dealt to bosses and mini-bosses. We're definitely taking that. We want to increase that. And there was another card we got over here. Ghost commoner. Yeah, increased damage to ghosts and ghouls and shadows. But if we go over here, we can have a look. There you go. Increased damage against bosses and mini-bosses, 1.6%. So we can continue, essentially, every time you go in, you gain a bit more meta progression. So even though I only got to round 2, whereas in my own personal playthrough I got to round 3 last time, you can still make a lot of progress, which I think is really cool. So I've shown you off the wizard. I think I'm going to do a few more videos where I'll show off the other classes as well. And yeah. So this was a quick little look into Pathfinder, Gallowspire Survivors. I hope you all enjoyed it. Again, big thank you to Bcom Studios for gifting me a key to the game, the full copy of the game, which is really, really awesome. And it will come out of early access very, very shortly. So this video is not going up until very, very close to launch. So won't be too far away. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. I recommend, if you're a fan of Survivor games, to give it a go. And if you're a fan of games that have a light sprinkling of TTRPG sort of themes to it, I also recommend it. I think it's really nifty. It's got enough unique mechanics and meta progression to keep me busy, that's for sure. Alrighty, well, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you comment below what you think was the most interesting part of the game so far, or what class you're thinking you want to see next, or which one you might play yourself. Yeah, all sorts of things. Oh, actually, there's one question I do want to know. Fire, frost, or lightning? What's your favorite? Let me know. I'm actually curious. Mine's lightning. I enjoy lightning abilities so much. So I just love the way they look, the way they sound. Love it. So yeah, if you want to let me know what your favorite is down below, maybe next time we roll a wizard, I can show that element off as well. Alrighty. I'll see you guys when I see ya. Have a good one.